Hi, I'm Krone Auri'An. Thank you for joining us. I have a special connection to birds, especially black and white ones. And even so, it was still a surprise to see that it was another black and white bird that joined us today for a message for this coming week. I'd been meditating at the bottom of my garden, and I'm very fortunate in where I live, and my garden goes straight down into the Coral Sea, and you can see the islands of the Great Barrier Reef on the horizon. There's a lot of birds in this area, but even these ones were a bit of a surprise for me. I mentioned I'd been meditating, and as I opened my eyes, there, floating on the nice calm ocean, were 6 beady eyes staring at me. And those eyes belong to 3 beautiful pelicans. Today's messenger, today's animal medicine is pelican. Pelican is telling us that there's something out of whack, something off kilter at the moment. And there's a sense of wrongness. I think we all know this anyway. But while it's been so upfront, we need to take the time to look deep into our personal self and have a look and see what we are projecting that's off kilter, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. But beyond that individual level, we need to also remember that we are an integral part of the collective consciousness of humanity. And a lot of us are starseed. So if there's something off kilter, we need to look at resolving that matter. Like pelican, we need to learn when to float and when to fly. For pelican, flying part's the easy bit. All she does is release any fish that are in her bill, take a few jumps across the water, and up she goes. That's easy. We need to emulate her in the releasing of what is weighing us down. So remember, the past is in the past and can't be changed. In the future, well, the future that you could be envisaging just may never happen. The important bit is that we work in the now. We work now for what we want the future to look like. We do the groundwork, and we have faith that the people who need to come together to do that work, to build that future, will come together. Okay. What we don't need is to worry and fret about what has been and what might be. We need to focus right now on what we're doing now to make the future that we want. What we have to be careful of is that we don't get sucked into the patches of dark water. Pelican, she floats along. Looks like it's effortless. But under the water, she's doing some work. It's not frantic. She's just gently paddling, just turning herself around where she needs to go. She's confident. She's serene. She doesn't worry about what happened in the past or what's going to come in the future. There's plenty of abundance right now. When she sees a fish, she just dips her bill in the water and up comes dinner. In our human world, that is letting us know that we too need to work now. The past is past, the future may never happen, and there is abundance for all right now. have to be aware that storms sometimes happen. And if you hit those darker patches of water, you can get sucked in. You can become emotionally attached to the darkness that can be projected. And if you get attached in there, if you get sucked into the maelstrom, you need to work really hard to be able to pull yourself out of it again. And you usually need the help, the assistance of family. Now, Pelican is all about family. The 3 that visited me were 2 adults and a young one. They're about social responsibility, teamwork, generosity, friendliness. And you know that if you've got your family around you, and that can be physical or spiritual or cyber family, then there's really no need for you to be always the one that sacrifices yourself trying to sort things out. Allow others to help you, to make things easy. Now, I had 3 pelicans visit with this message, and the metatronic frequency, I am phrase of the number 3 is I am joyful creation. So we need to be looking at this future we want to create with joy in our heart. We don't want to be looking into the fear and the anger and the distrust and the confusion that's going on. What we don't want to lose sight of is the law of attraction, the basic law of attraction. What you put out there, you get back. Because so that when we focus on those darker energies, when we travel those darker waters, that's the energy that we're focusing on. That's the energy we're going to get back. So we need to focus as far as we possibly can on the joy of creation, on the lighter side of whatever work we're doing. Don't feed the darkness. I have this little thing that I tell my students where they're trying to understand that basic law of attraction. I tell them, big guy upstairs, whether you think of him as God or whatever, it doesn't matter, but big guy upstairs. And he's down there listening to you and go, yes, so-and-so down there is always talking about fear-filled stuff and she's so angry. She must love that emotion. Let's give her some more. Okay. We don't want that. That's not why we're here. We're here for exactly that law of attraction, that attraction of energy, but not the darker waters. We need that joy of creation. So even if your intention is good, when you're paddling in those darker waters, you're attracting those darker energies. So be very, very careful. This is where you need to look inside, see what feels off kilter, what needs to be done to bring back balance. And if you need help of family or friends, then ask them. That's what they're there for. They will do that. Do not give your energy to a project that sucks you dry. So if the work that you are doing isn't joyously creative, if it doesn't fulfill you, have a look into it. Have a look for those darker waters. See what feels heavy. Can you flip it? If you can, great. If you can't, then have a deeper look again and see where that heavy energy is pointing. Is it pointing in the direction you want to travel? Is it pointing in the direction of the future you want to create? Think of it energetically, not the story. The energy, not the story. There's something serene and magical about Pelican skimming over the water. She lands with very little splash and just floats, apparently unworried about anything. Learn to accept the help of family and other members of your society. Learn to relax. Take a step back so you can see the bigger picture. Listen to what's being said. Many star seeds are not listening. They're focused in on that darker stuff and they are not listening. Listen. Release your ego. This can be that heavy weight that stops you from flying. It stops you from working harmoniously with others. Let that go. As Pelican says, learn when to float and when to fly. Thank you. Gaishaim. I'm Krone Auri'An. Don't forget to like us. Hop over to our Facebook pages, links are below. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.